What's up everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Caesar's Lab. We are talking engineering, 3D modeling, 3D printing, etc. So this is a SolidWorks series video from basics to proficient. So we started talking about the very basics of SolidWorks, from how to create your 3D model. So in the last video I spoke about 2D sketch and your basic features. In the last video we had some trouble with the microphone, so I tried to fix that. I hope that helps. So let's do some recapping. So we started with this object. It's more like a Lego block. So we'll recap on how to open a file. First, you click on new. If you already have opened your SolidWorks, you click on new. These options will appear. So you'll create your part, which is your building blocks, your assembly, which is the finished combination of parts, building blocks. It's a full house now. And then your drawing, which is the blueprints. So at the very top of your screen will be your command window. That is where you get your features, your sketch features, your operation features. Then on your left is the feature manager, which contains the design tree, and it lists the structure of the parts, assembly, drawings, and the planes. Please make sure that you are working with the right units. In my case, I'm working with millimeters, grams, and always remember, guys, always remember to save your work every 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes, save your work. That is good practice. So you go here and you select your file path, you save it in whatever folder you want to save it at. Okay, now let's do a proper recap. So we're gonna navigate to our features manager, go to our design tree, go to the very first feature we added, which is a cube. So this cube is made from a 2D sketch of a square. So it's always good practice to start your sketch from the very origin and then extrude using the extruded boss. So the extruded boss adds material. Then we added another feature, so it's basically a cube on top of a cube. To do that, we needed to add another 2D sketch on top of the cube and then extrude. Now we've added fillets. So looking at your bottom right screen, see, it always reminds you to save, but for good practice, always save every 5 minutes. If you want to edit your feature, you click on that sketch and then you can edit your dimensions as you may. So like I said, your extrude boss adds material. It's a 2D sketch, and then you extrude it, adding material. Then your extruded cut removes material. You make a 2D sketch and then you remove the material. Your fillets either add or remove material on edges and inside corners. So this helps with your reduction of stress concentration. So if you go to the fillet icon, then you click on the drop box, this is what you'll see. That is your chamfer. So a chamfer is basically adding a bevel to an edge. It also helps with removing sharp edges. Now moving to the shell. So a shell is basically removing more material from the inside of an object, okay, making it hollow. So this is how the shell feature works. So firstly, you select where you want to hollow out your object from. So in this case, I selected the bottom, and then you're going to select for the second option the distance from the outside wall to the inside wall. Alright, so this is like the thickness of your bricks for your house. Trying to select every surface. And then you right click, yes. There we go. Now material has been removed from the inside of my object. This is what we are left with. Now moving on to the extruded cut feature. So you select your surface and then you right click on sketch. There is our sketch feature. We want to make a through hole on the object. Right click and drag. Then right click again. Go to your smart dimension. Make sure you dimension your object, your sketch. I'm gonna do 5. So if we look here, the dimension, the sketch is not constrained. So for good practice, always make sure your sketch is constrained, meaning that it's fully defined in terms of its position in the 3D space. Okay, while the sketch is blue, just know that it's not yet fully defined. Okay, so what we did here was make sure we center the circle, and then we put on a dimension to say, okay, from the origin or from the bottom of the object, it should be, the center of the circle should be 5 millimeters away. Now to the extruded cut feature. So like I said, the extruded cut feature takes away material. Okay, so there are different methods of taking away material. So you have the blind, you have the through all, you have the through all both, you have the up to surface, you have to up to vertex, and etc. So let me explain each one of these. So how this works is, if you say through all, that means the feature will cut through all the material from where you put the sketch. It'll cut right through. Okay, then through all both means it will cut in both directions. Okay, up to next will automatically pick up the next surface. Okay, as you can see here, the next surface is the inside surface. So if you click yes, that will automatically cut to the next surface. If you look at the preview, the yellow sketch is a preview. Okay, you see that's a preview. It's on the next surface. Okay, if you do up to surface, you're going to have to select the surface you want to cut up to. Then there's up to vertex. In that case, you select an edge. Again, guys, always remember to save every 5 minutes. So now we are done with this model. We are done with our okay, so that is for your part. Now we want to create an assembly. So an assembly consists of basically one part or more. I mean 2 parts or more. Okay, parts are building blocks. Assembly is a full house. Well, not a full house, but 2 blocks or more. Okay, so for example, your car, you have your wheel, you have your windscreen, you have your engine. Those are parts, and put them together, you have a car. Okay, so you select your plane like we did on the first tutorial, and select the 2D sketch, or you always start with the 2D sketch. And remember, it's a good practice to always start from the origin. Okay, start your sketches from the origin. Now we're gonna smart dimension. So like I said, we are going to build something like a Lego block. So we are going to assemble 2 Lego blocks. Okay, so the sketch turns black, which means that it's fully defined. Now you are going to extrude. Go to the extrude boss. And if you right click on that, it's going to extrude, adding material, starting your part. Now we have a cube. So Lego blocks basically have male and female. Okay, so this one has male. That means that we have to create female on the other block so that they are able to mate. Okay, so the male is 5 by 5. So it is basically a 2D sketch of a 5 by 5 square, and then we are going to extrude cut into the cube, removing material that will create space for the mail. So now we've created our 2D sketch from the origin. So now we are going to take away material. Like I said, we are going to extrude cut into the cube. Okay. So we are going to select 5. The depth should be 5 millimeters. So the mail has fillets on it. Instead of sharp edges, it has fillets. So I will show you how we are going to treat that. Okay, firstly, let's save our part. Okay, so after this, make sure you save every 5 minutes. So let's start the assembly so that you see how this is done, and you can visualize my workflow basically. Okay, now you have opened the part into an assembly workspace. Now you are going to import or insert the component you want, which is the second part. Okay, so this happens, guys, where you lose your you lose sight of your part, and then you think, maybe it's deleted. In most cases it's not. Just click on that little icon there, and then you can find your part. Okay, let's start the assembly. I want to take this block and put it on top of the first block. So you right click on the surface, those options will appear, and then you go select mate. So mate will basically join surfaces or edges in different ways. Okay, we have different mating types. Okay, so others will make surfaces or edges parallel or perpendicular or tangential or concentric, so it differs. Okay, now remember, this is for beginners, so I will get into more complicated mating techniques in other future videos. So in this video, I just want you to understand how mating works. So I use simple mating types where you just right click on a surface and then right click on another surface. The surfaces will just basically come together and be parallel. Okay, so I did this by mating two surfaces on the cube, on the male cube and the female cube. Now this is very important. Okay, so if you look here, I changed the transparency of the block and then I can see inside these parts are colliding. Okay, this is what will happen if you build these blocks. They won't mate properly because they are colliding. So to fix that, we are going to add fillets to the female block, just like we have fillets on the male block. Okay, so those were 1mm fillets. So let's fix that. Okay, so if you select a surface, automatically all the edges of that surface will be filleted. There we go. Now we have fillets on the inside cutout of the female. Okay. Now everything is smooth. We do not have colliding parts. Okay. Now we're happy. I just want to delete the first mate so that I can move the object. Now let's move it. Yep. So to move the object, to rotate the object, you press on your mouse wheel. So you click on it, click and hold, then move the mouse. That will rotate the object. Now, as always, we are going to save the assembly. Okay, there we go. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Do subscribe, comment, and like the video. For more future videos, I will try to improve. Thank you so much.